As the 1940 presidential election season heated up, a Second World War raged in Europe, Africa, and Asia. While the United States remained officially neutral, Americans debated the best path forward. As Crisis magazine noted, "This is no fight merely to wear a uniform. This is a struggle for status, a struggle to take democracy off parchment and give it life." Most African American voters planned to support President Roosevelt's opponent, Wendell Willkie, because he promised to desegregate the military. Roosevelt courted black voters by placing anti-discrimination language in the 1940 legislation that created a peacetime military draft. Efforts like these swayed enough voters, and Roosevelt won re-election with the support of African Americans. In late 1940, young African American men were required to register for the draft. While the law officially forbade consideration of race when selecting soldiers, draft boards found other ways to reject black men, such as aptitude tests, which were harder for Southern black men due to severely restricted educational opportunities for African Americans in the South. Yet thousands of African Americans were selected for service. The number of black troops rose from about 3,600 in 1939 to over 97,000 by the end of 1941. Numerous civilians also found jobs supporting the growing military. Some African Americans remained uninterested in serving a nation that devalued them. Others wanted job security and the prestige of military service. Many still believe this potential conflict against Nazi Germany was worth fighting for. One black journalist reported on anti-Semitic practices in Germany, saying, "Jim Crow streetcars for Jews. How much like our dear old Southland this sounds. First Germany robs Jews of property, jobs, and schooling, and then insists that they are inferior as a race." Alfred Martin, a black man from Chicago, commented, "To hate the Negro or to hate the Jew is to hate humanity." For those who chose to serve in the military, those who were drafted into service, or those who actively supported the armed forces, the fight for democracy went well beyond military service. It required action against discriminatory policies within the United States. Yet many white Americans would resist this fight for equality. Texas Senator Tom Connally argued against the anti-discrimination policies in the 1940 military draft bill. Connally stated his fears that the policy would embolden African Americans and allow them the space to advocate for civil rights. In response, countless African Americans and their allies who valued equality spent World War II fighting for democracy at home and abroad.